All right, we're here with Sam Morgan, my own flesh and blood. Let me start you off with the first question. You were the first guy in the 4x2. What kind of pressure does that set? What kind of pacing does that set? What is that precedent that you set, being that first guy? And do you like that pressure?
Well, I don't really feel too much pressure being the leadoff leg because ultimately, we're never perfect every time. We always have at least one mess up, and so it's just bound to happen. But I like leading off because I don't have to take a baton from behind me, which I've never been great at. And I don't know, I do like bringing my second leg Hodges the intensity. You know, I can tell him things as I'm handing him a baton. I like the order. I like where I'm at.
How long have you been running track, Sam?
This is my first full year. I came out for about 3 meets last year and decided to come back.
So what do you love about running?
It is just really easy to manage. I mean, obviously running is pretty hard, but you know, I don't have practice after school. I can get it done in school. That's really nice. It generally doesn't take that long anyway. I like my teammates. There's no one here that we single out or we think's annoying. I think we all get along pretty well.
So I want to touch on something that you just said. You said this is your first full year, and you're already making school history and winning state, and you have college offers. Talk to me about that. I know that you played football and baseball before, but how is that transition, and how are you loving it right now?
I mean, I feel like as a kid, everybody goes into their sport wanting to be really good at it, and as much as I would love to take all the credit for being good at track, it is a natural gift that God gave to me, and I just happened to find out that I could use it like this. So, by all means, you know, I'm out here putting in the work, but the credit is not something I've been building up. And I think you could see that with things like with baseball and football for sure.
Yes, sir. And something also that you said is about this teammates. What do you love about your teammates so much, and especially that 4x2 team? What makes you guys so special and so close as a bonded family?
We just get along super well, and I mean, we're all fast, so it's like you get along with your teammates and you're good at what you do. It's kind of hard to hate on them.
And so talk to me about making history. First off, did you even think that you would, and how does that feel? Is that a bragging moment? Is that a resume moment? Is that a, hey, in 20 years I see a buddy at a gas station, I'm telling you I won?
I mean, okay, I'll start from did I think I was going to. Not when I got out here, no. I'd seen the track runners out from baseball because it's pretty close, and I played baseball my junior year. And they all looked faster than I thought I could run. But our coach came up to us, and he asked me in the hallway one day if I wanted to run. And I was like, sure, you know what, why not? And I really enjoyed it, and I've been pretty good at it. And I've been improving, so it's not like I'm stuck at the same threshold I'm at. It's really fun. I really enjoy it, and especially with a coach like Coach Johnson.
So talk to me about Coach Johnson. I know everybody really loves Coach Johnson. What's your relationship look like with him?
Well, I've only known him a year, so it's not as deep as, you know, some of these other runners that's been here 3 years. But at the same time, I feel like he's done a great job of me just kind of hopping on board and being part of a team. I mean, we're out here and you want to be as close as possible. The team chemistry is a huge part of, you know, how you're going to run that day, your mood when you're running bad, how we uplift each other. And then I think that he has been able to manage and keep our good team chemistry by being involved in it, one. And two, he knows what to say. He knows us. He knows what we're doing in our day-to-day lives. He knows the problems we face. And I just think that that's awesome for to have a coach that is.
Talk to me about indoor track. Why it's so much harder?
Indoor track, I think, is harder because you're indoors and you don't have the outside fresh air to breathe. It's artificial, like air-conditioned air. And you got to run up and down hills. That's not very fun.
All right, I'm going to hit you with some track hot topic pressing questions, okay? First off, socks and spikes or no?
I started out going no socks and spikes, and I liked it, but I also kind of feel comfortable with socks and spikes. So I do it based on the day.
Okay, so you're
I wake up and
guy.
I make the choice then.
But no blisters or anything?
No.
Okay. And let me ask you, what is your track pet peeve? What is something that people do at track meets that just really annoys you?
When people that go 11-9 talk smack. And then they talk smack to me because I don't look that fast. And then I dust them.
All right, Sam Morgan, we're finishing your first lap of the 4x2. Thank you for coming on today, Sam.
Hey, nice to see you.
Appreciate it. I'll see you at home tonight.
Yeah.
Mom's making meatloaf.
Okay.
All right, we're here with Isaac Hodges. Isaac, you are the second leg of the 4x2. Talk to me about the one special thing. You're the first person to actually touch the baton. How was that? Is it nerve-wracking the first time you did it? Are you pretty good at it? And if you weren't, what did you do to change that?
I've been a relay guy for about 4 years now. It's kind of just became second nature. It's not too difficult. It's just something to get done with.
And how long have you been running track, Isaac?
This is my 4th year.
And what do you love so much about running and track?
I love competing a lot. Just competition and winning. It's real fun. It's a great time with the guys.
And talk to me about that special group of guys, especially that 4x2. What's your relationship look like, and how do you guys get along so well?
First leg, me and Sam, we've been friends since middle school. Who I hand off to, Isaac Reynolds. We came really close this year. He's our third leg. He's the third leg. He's a great guy. And then me and Cade. We used to have Fortnite beef back in the day, but ever since last year, we became bros, tight. It's good stuff with the whole team, good chemistry.
Talk to me about Coach Johnson. What do you love about him so much?
It's my guy. It's who I believe in, other than Jesus Christ the Lord. It's Coach Johnston. And then he taught me everything I know about track. Great mentor, great guy.
How does it feel to set school record in school history?
Nothing much. I'll probably get broken in a couple years.
Really, that's all you're thinking about? You're not thinking this is going to last forever?
I don't really. If it does last forever, it's cool. I don't care too much.
Okay, talk to me about indoor track. Everybody we talk to on the 4x2 team says, of course, indoor track is harder. What's your opinion on that?
I run better indoor. I think it might be easier.
Well, talk to me about that.
Handoffs are a little bit harder, but the turns and the way the turns are set up, it feels like you're flying. I think indoor track's more fun. Less teams to compete against, so you do better at state. So that's always good stuff.
Talk to me about the breathing. I think the unanimous thing of the other three teammates is that it's harder to breathe. Do you notice that? Or are they just complaining?
They're just complaining. You get used to it over a couple years.
Okay, Isaac, and do you wear socks in your spikes? Yes or no?
I don't even wear socks in my normal shoes.
So you're a no-sock guy.
Big no-sock guy.
Dude, no blisters. How did the spikes smell after?
Not great.
Okay, so finally, we have the first person on the 4x2 team that's actually being truthful about how they smell. Isaac, talking about your biggest track pet peeve, something that people do at a track event that really irks you.
It used to be walking on concrete with their spikes on, but over the past couple of years, you run a 400, you run like 800-mile hard event, and sometimes you just don't want to take your spikes off after the race. You just want to walk to where you have to go. I understand how it is. People who just yell for no reason at track meets, that's just a pet peeve in general. Screaming. It's obnoxious. People who aren't quiet at the start line, you know who you are. I hope you fall in a hole. It's awful.
So you don't ever have conversation if you're at the start line?
No. At the start line is fine, but whenever we're in the blocks and people are behind me talking, just shut up.
Do you ever try to deke anybody else out on the blocks? You try to talk to them, get in their head any?
I make some friends at the block sometimes.
Okay, there you go.
It's good competition. It's good sportsmanship.
Talk to me about what lane you choose. Are you superstitious about that? Do you like having that same number every time?
The best lane is lane 6 on any track.
And tell me why.
You got one person to chase on a 7-lane track. Everyone else is following. You catch them, you win the race. I promise you.
All right, and we're finishing the second leg. Thank you, Isaac Hodges. Pleasure anytime. Trivia buddies right here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, good. We're good. All right, we're here with Isaac Reynolds, the third leg of the school record 4x2 team at indoor track. Isaac, talk to me about how long you've been running track.
I've been running track at the high school for 3 years now.
And what makes you love it so much?
I love it just because whatever work you put in is what you get out of it. So if you put a lot of work in on the track or in the weight room, you're going to get that result.
Talk to me about that relationship with you obviously playing soccer and track, how they coincide with one another.
They coincide a lot. You both run a lot in both of them pretty much. That's how they coincide the most. But the teammates are very similar through track, like Xander Maxlow, Cade Sorrells, have them in both sports, so it's been fun.
And talking about those teammates, what makes this group of guys that you're with in track so special, and especially that record-holding 4x2 team?
I think it makes it so special because we have the same goal in mind, and then we're all best friends, so we hang out after school, do fun stuff, go to the movies and stuff like that.
And let me ask you again, we're in lane 3 again. Let me ask you, we asked Kay what lane he liked. What lane do you choose, and is there a reason for it?
Oh, well, everybody likes the fourth lane just because it's the middle lane. It's the premier lane. Me personally, I like the first lane because I used to be a distance runner, and all distance runners like the first lane the best. So that's what I like.
You had about a roughly 22-second, right, your leg of the 4x2. Talk to me about why indoor track is so much harder than outdoor track. I know a lot of track runners, they hate indoor running, whether it's they can't breathe or the air, but talk to me about that.
Yeah, I was going to say the air for sure. That's probably the worst part just because you got fresh air out here, but you go in there and it's all stuffy. And, I mean, you got, I don't know, thousands of people in there going in and out of the day, so all breathing the same air.
And with that, when you have a lot of people in an event like that, or whether it's the Invitational of the South, what is your number one track pet peeve? Something that you hate that track runners do?
Number one pet peeve, pajamas at meets. Why are you wearing pajamas at a meet? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You're there to run, not to freaking sleep.
What about people that are like, I want to be Reynolds, I want to be comfortable for the match. I'm ready to go. I'm just vibing. What's wrong with the PJs? Unprofessional?
It's time to run. It's time to run. Wear some dry fit pants or something, not pajama pants. You gonna sleep before your race? No. You're gonna warm up.
So another hot topic about track is whether you wear socks in spikes. Lots of people do, lots of people don't. To me, I couldn't stand not wearing socks in my cleats. Talk to me about that.
No socks.
You go no socks? Do you not get blisters?
No socks. The spikes are meant to wear no socks with, like the way they make them. Man.
All right, let me ask you.
If you get too sweaty, you're gonna slip.
So you're saying that you'd rather have no socks if your feet are sweating?
Keeps your feet cool.
What about the smell of the spikes?
My feet
that
don't
can't
stink.
be great. That's a lie, Reynolds. You're just bold-faced lying to me right now.
I have the prettiest feet in Marshall County at Cade Sorrells' mom.
Okay, and the last question for you today, Isaac, is talk to me about your relationship. You have such a special coach. I know everybody loves Coach Johnson. What does your relationship look like with him?
I'd say it's a great relationship coming sophomore year. He got me to come out near my sophomore year. And I'd say just seeing the way he is with us and with the upperclassmen when I was a sophomore, he's just kind of like a best friend to us. And it's not like he's strict on us, but it's like when it's time to relax, we all relax together.
All right, Isaac, we're finishing off your third leg of the 4x2. Thank you for coming on today, Isaac.
No problem.
And wish you best of luck in college.
Sir.
All right, let's start the school record 4x2. Cade Sorrells, you've been running for a long time. What do you love about running, and how long have you been running for?
I've been running since the 6th grade, and honestly, running sucks, but I really enjoy track for the team aspect. You know, I just have fun with it, as well as being able to perform on my own, and I really like our coach.
Right now, Cade, we're in lane 4. What lane do you like to pick?
5. 5 is my favorite lane.
And what's the reason for that?
4 is the premier lane. 5 is like the second best lane you can have, and I like being out ahead of the best guy, so, you know, I don't know, just like he's chasing me the whole time. I just like that feeling.
Cade, you were a part of this iconic group of Isaac Hodges, Isaac Reynolds, and Sam Morgan on the 4x2 indoor state, right? You had a school record of 1:30 and 99, and you ran a sub 23. Talk to me about how much you love these guys, and especially that 4x2 group. And you just talked about Coach Johnson. I know you have an extremely special relationship with him. Talk to me about how all of those relationships have evolved over the years.
Yeah, so this year specifically, I feel like this is the closest I've been with a relay team. This is my second year in a row setting the 4x2 school record, being a part of the team. But I love Isaac Reynolds. I love Isaac Hodges. I love Sam Morgan. I think we're a very versatile team. All of us can run different distances. And I just love being a part of the squad. And then Coach Johnson, he is a great coach just because he relates to you on such a personable level. He's pretty laid back, pretty chill. He's a fun guy. And, yeah, I've just enjoyed having him as a coach.
So let me ask you, what's your favorite event to do? Is it the 4x2 because you set school history and record, or is there actually an event you like best?
Even though the 400 is the most painful event, personally, it's definitely my favorite. I run best in the 400, and that's my favorite.
Do you expect, if you're going to run this as a senior next year as well, we have a new group of guys, you'll be the only senior, you're the only junior currently on the school record team. Do you think you guys have a chance of beating your own record that you set?
I don't know. There's a lot of great younger guys on the team right now. I think they'll be able to fill the shoes pretty well. Now, will we beat the record? I'm not sure. It might stand for a while, but we'll just have to see.
And Cade, talk to me. Lots of people don't know this, but most people, I think, I'd say almost unanimously, they'd say the indoor track is a lot harder than outdoor track. I'm not a runner. You can tell. I stick to first base Talk to me why indoor track is so much harder than outdoor track.
This is gonna sound funny, but the air is much different in there. It feels a lot more congested. It's harder to breathe. The turns are tighter. For one lap, you're running 2 turns. So if you're gonna run the 400, instead of running the typical 2 turns outdoors, you're running 4 indoors. Handoffs, it's a lot harder to get them down indoors. Just overall, indoors is a lot more hectic. It's a lot more complicated. It's earlier on in the season, so you're not in as good of shape. So yeah.
And like you talked about, you've been running for a long time now. Talk to me about a funny memory or some of your favorite memories that you've had on track. It can be what Kasey Wyatt ate before his last meet at Subway, the boss. It could be your favorite sandwich, your go-to music. Talk to me something about I don't know, or maybe a funny moment.
One of my favorite memories ever is the time my freshman year, there's a burning car on the interstate, and we were inside the hotel. We spotted the smoke from the hotel. We ran out there to go see it, and we got in a lot of trouble. But it was fun, and that was by leadership of Preston Lamb. It was a great memory.
And before we interview your other teammates, what's something I should know about them?
They're a fun group of guys. They're very fast. Yes, that's all I got to say about them.
This is a hot topic I found out. Knowing a lot of people in the track team, do you or do you not wear socks in your spikes?
Yes, I wear socks. For the people that don't wear socks, you are a freak.
Why do you believe that? And why do they do that? Do they just want better traction on the shoe? I couldn't imagine not wearing socks in my cleats.
It's definitely just preference, but for the people that don't wear socks, usually their spikes smell very bad, very stinky, and personally it would leave blisters on my feet, so I choose to not do so.
And what spikes do you use?
Nike Max Fly 1s.
All right, Cade, I appreciate you being on the interview today as we officially are crossing your part of the 4x2. Appreciate it, Cade.